Fuck this clown.
Zombieland doesn't care about being deep. It's not trying to scare you. It just looks at the apocalypse and goes, okay, but what if this was fun? And somehow that ends up being more memorable than most of the serious zombie movies that came out around the same time. And there's something refreshing about a story that knows exactly what it is. A group of strangers surviving to the end of the world, not through strength or skill, but through some hilarious rules, a lot of sarcasm, and a desperate search for one last Twinkie. Before we get into today's movie, this is part of my 25-day Christmas movie marathon, where I'll be dropping a new review every single day this month. Today's movie is Zombieland, a classic that for over 20 years I still have not forgotten. Zombieland doesn't care about being deep. It's not trying to scare you. It just looks at the apocalypse and goes, okay, but what if this was fun? And somehow it ends up being more memorable than most of the serious zombie movies. There's something refreshing about a story that knows exactly what it is. A group of strangers surviving the end of the world not through strength or skill, but through hilarious rules, a lot of sarcasm, and a desperate search for that one last Twinkie. And for me, Zombieland works because it treats the apocalypse like a road trip movie. It's not really about zombies. The zombies are like a backdrop. Well, they still play their part, but you get what I'm saying. The heart of the story is the characters trying to find the meaning in a world where everything feels gone. Everyone has their own reasons for surviving, even if they don't say it out loud. Columbus approaches the end of the world the same way he approaches everything else in life. Careful, nervous, and with way too much overthinking. Makes sense. Rules are control, rules are structure, and the rules are how he convinced himself he still has some kind of power in a world that's unpredictable. Cardio, double tap, check the back seat, beware of bathrooms. These rules are his comfort. Who approaches the apocalypse like it's an inconvenience, and he plans to punch it in the face. He's pretty loud, he's dramatic, he's always angry, and he's very stubborn, but getting that last Twinkie is all he really cares about. It's the last piece of joy from the world he's holding on to. Everyone else is trying to survive. Tallahassee is trying not to forget what he had before. And then you have the sister duo of Wichita and Little Rock. They've survived by not trusting anyone and always moving and refusing to let the world break them. At first, they feel like trouble, but the more time you spend together, the more it becomes clear that they're just trying to protect themselves from being hurt again. And that's the surprising part. Zombieland is ridiculous and funny, but it also has a movie that's about a found family. People who had no one slowly realizing they have each other. And like I said, I watched this movie when I was a kid, and one of the most entertaining parts about this movie has to be the rules. The rules aren't just a gimmick, they give the film identity. They're smart, creative, but also pretty funny, and the way they pop up visually throughout the movie keeps everything moving forward with its playful energy. And of course, we have to talk about the Bill Murray moment. It's so random and so unnecessary, yet it's perfect. The group breaks into his mansion thinking it's abandoned, only to find out he survived the apocalypse by pretending to be a zombie. It's stupid and brilliant at the same time, and the way it ends is one of the funniest moments in the entire movie. And this movie, the pacing is another major strength. The movie starts moving from the very beginning and never slows down. There's no dragging, no filler, no scenes where you're checking your phone and knows exactly how long each moment should last. And Tallahassee's Twinkie quest is one of those details that just sticks with you. It's funny, yes, but it's also very much in character. When the world ends, we cling to the smallest things that remind us we were once okay and had a normal. And while we're talking about the characters, Columbus is the emotional glue of the entire group. At first, he's awkward, overly cautious, and constantly narrating rules like they're the gospel. But over time, you start to see something shift. He stops surviving for himself and starts to survive with these people. And that shift gives the movie a good little spin, so it's not just feeling repetitive. And I know I say this in every video, but now not everything is perfect. So I want to talk about something that's definitely a con, but also a pro at the same time, is just the plot. The plot's pretty basic and it can get repetitive at times, but that's also the charm because it's basically survive, travel, joke around, and then survive again. And this isn't a movie that needs twists or emotional breakdowns. It knows exactly what it wants to be. So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is it's a pro and a con. If you're like a critic, you will see it as a con. If you're just like a fan wanting to watch and enjoy the movie, you'll see it as a pro because you'll just enjoy it and just move with it. So you won't even think about it as being an issue. I actually have a pretty funny memory tied to this movie. The first time I ever watched it, I was a kid, and I remember sitting there and instantly thinking Emma Stone was beautiful, and apparently I said it out loud a lot, like I mentioned it a few times, because my dad still brings it up to this day. It's one of those little memories that just stuck with me for like no reason, and I think that fits Zombieland perfectly. It's a movie made with small moments or memories that you just remember years down the line that have no meaning, or there's no reason for you to remember it. It just kind of shows back up again. And I think of one of the best, if not the most symbolizing moment in this movie is when Columbus finally realizes that this group has become his family. Not in like a dramatic way, or like he doesn't give no speech or anything like that. It's just the way he looks at them, the way he hesitates before letting them go, the way he starts breaking his own rules to protect them and himself. It means a lot because of the build up, because of the way his character changes throughout the movie. And really quickly, I want to talk about why I think the movie works overall, and why it's kind of lasted as long as it has. And I think that's because Zombieland understood something simple. Sometimes you don't need depth to create meaning. Sometimes the meaning comes from laughing together, surviving together, and finding people who make the world less empty. It's fun, it's chaotic, it's just a fun and chaotic movie, and it has enough heart to just stick with you. And I know from a just movie standpoint it's not perfect, but from just nostalgia and pure memory, this has to be one of the better movies I watched when I was a kid. And if you haven't seen this movie, go watch it. There's also a sequel now too, so if you want me to make a video on that, also let me know down in the comments below. I'll work towards that and whatever comes after the movie marathon. And if you have watched it, consider rewatching it. It honestly just hits the same every time. It's like if you watched it when you were a kid, rewatch it now, the memories will come flooding back of you watching it and laughing with whoever you watched it with the first time. And I know I was yapping, but now that that's out the way, thanks for watching today's review. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe. I'll be dropping a new video every single day this month for my 25-day Christmas movie marathon. Tomorrow's review is a big one, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. In the meantime, feel free to check out yesterday's video if you haven't already. And as always, stay curious and let's keep the conversation going.